And hello, everyone. Welcome to Fire in the Hole. Finally. And we're live here tonight. Heiko joining me. We're going to start doing some reviews. We've been getting a little bit behind the eight ball here. The weather's been perfect for planting and whatnot. Oh, look, I have a visitor already. All I had to do was click record. Look at that.
There you go.
Look at that. Amazing. All right, so tonight we're going to review from Gringo's Blazing the Scorpion Salsa. And as you can see, I've already been into mine pretty significantly. I have another jar upstairs, by the way. And so I already know what we're getting into with this one. This is going to be no secret or surprise to me.
Everything that I'm doing tonight, I have not had except for one from Ammo Box. So it's going to be fun.
Yep. Oh, my.
Oh, very nice and tomatoey. Not. I think it smells like a very, very good salsa. It's just.
It smells to me like a good chili con carne.
Like it's missing. It's missing the meat.
Yeah, it just you can only smell the beans exactly. So I'll hold a spoonful up to the camera here. You can see that the chunkiness is just incredible. The texture of this one is on point. Really good texture.
There's not a lot of difference. I mean, it's a big opening for the actual jar as well, so there's not a lot of difference between the spoon and the actual jar. So it's very consistent in its smell and flavor. So flavor, I have to find out.
Yep, fire in the hole.
Fire in the hole. That's got a good burn. For a salsa, that's got a good burn.
Yep, real good burn. Probably not for amateurs.
It's not just the burn; it's the flavor as well. You can get the tomatoes. I mean, we forgot to actually read off what is in there: tomato fillets, Spanish onions, chipotle and adobe sauce, green pepper, scorpion peppers, ghost peppers, cilantro, lime juice, garlic, salt, and spices. I think there's a little bit of cilantro in there. I know you're not a fan of that, but
yeah, no, as long as I don't taste it, I'd know if I was tasting it. That's for sure. But the thing I noticed right out of the gate is how crunchy that all of the. It's not mushy like a store salsa, like where everything's boiled down and just pure mush. This one has a lot of crunch. You can feel the crunch of the onions. You can feel well, the bits and pieces have substantial bite to them, and I really like that.
This is a good start.
Yeah, I was going to go in for a second dose too. I'm in love with this stuff. I can't believe how much I went through. And so Darlene started eating it, and for about 5 minutes she was in love with it, and then the 6th minute caught up to her, and she had to close the lid, and she realized that it's way too hot for her. She just didn't know it until 5 minutes later, you know?
It's got a good burn, and I know a little bit about what's gone into here, and I know that Dog Knight from Gringo's Blazing Hot Sauce, or Blazing Sauces, he actually got his hand on the scorpion peppers, beautiful scorpion peppers, and he didn't think it had the right flavor and heat to it, so he played around with it a little bit. And if you want to know more about that, definitely get in contact with Doug, because it's a very, very good salsa.
Yep.
It's got a good heat. It's a slow building heat. It's not over the top hot. It's just perfect for a spicy salsa.
Yep, for chili heads, it's a perfectly heat level for just enjoying, not for going to the deep end. Or so when I talked to Doug that day when I grabbed all the stuff, he said he's been perfecting his salsa recipe for 30 years, and I said it shows. It really does. You can't do something for 30 years and not get pretty good at it. That's for dang sure. And he's got it down to a science. And I love the flavor is so fresh, and like I say, so crunchy. It's not overboiled, and I get the scorpion flavor, but the heat level is just right. I can.
I'm going to say something that I say a lot. It is well balanced, which sounds like a broken record, but it is great that we've got so many sauces and salsas that actually know, and makers that actually know how to combine the ingredients and get not just the heat, but the flavor and the heat at the same time. It is such a great, great thing that we can get to try these out.
Yeah, exactly. We all win, right? When everybody's starting to get good at it and everybody's getting real good balances going, and It's an amazing thing. So I was saying to Doug too, maybe sometime I'd like to invite him in when we're reviewing one of his products and bring him on board to have a few words about what we went into it, the blood, sweat, and tears and whatever, because those are always interesting stories too. Sometimes some happy accidents, who knows what. But it'd be interesting to get the, like what Greg Lemon's always saying about having you with me on board is he always loves to hear the sauce maker's perspective, right? Because you have an educated opinion, right? So
you know what? It's great to get to hear from the maker themselves as well, because they've got their own processes. They work their own way, and I know that we're working on something down the road which we cannot disclose yet. And it's great to hear from the makers themselves and actually see what they think of our take on it, and see if we actually get the message that they're trying to do with their sauces and salsa. So,
yeah. Well, I'm going to want to say a big shout out to Doug Knight over at Ringo's Blazing, and for an amazing salsa. I think this is going to get a lot of this is going to get used this summer on nachos and with margaritas and all kinds of fun stuff. I can imagine.
I don't think the jar is big enough.
Yeah, no, we might need a few of those. All right, so we'll say cheers. And here's to getting back on the horse again. We haven't done a review for a while, so we can almost clink glasses, right?
Yes, exactly.
Clink.
There we go. Grape juice today. No apple juice.
Cheers.